What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. On to the next location, and let's talk about these singles events again. I got another story for you guys. There's a guy who was trying to do a singles mixer, and he was having a very hard time getting men to attend, of course. He tried asking women if they knew any men who would attend, because he already had a full slate of women that were going to show up to the event, and that didn't work. So he started trying to up the ante by offering referrals. If you can get a man that would sign up, you get a kickback. You know, the amount wasn't disclosed. That didn't work. He put out flyers and other paid advertisements. None of this would work. And so he found himself being very frustrated, because he said it shouldn't be this hard to get men to sign up for the event. Here he has an event where he can promise them tons of single women, and they don't want to come. And he just can't figure that out. Why? Bro, the fact that you can't figure out why, that's a problem in itself. As a man, you should definitely understand why. If you don't get it, you're a little too tone deaf to even be trying to throw this type of event. Apparently, he was being told already in the comments of his listings that men were not going to come. So he was told early on men would likely not attend his event. He wanted to go head first with it anyway. So I don't know. I guess he thought he would be special, in spite of the examples that people was giving him of others throwing mixers where guys did not show up. I guess he thought he would be the exception. I mean, I feel that, you know, you like, hey, look, that's them, not me. But not every situation can you prove everybody wrong. Sometimes everybody's right, as in the case here. Men are not coming to these events. It's just that simple. Men are not coming to these events. The women that oftentimes show up to these events, they're leftover. And I'm not trying to word that disrespectfully, so let me expand upon that. These are women that they missed the boat in terms of getting married or a serious relationship, a LTR, and they're out there trying to find Mr. Right. That's just some bags in the back that fell over. They're out there trying to find Mr. Right, but they missed that window. And they're bringing a lot of baggage, usually kids in tow. They weigh more than they used to when they were at their peak, and they have higher standards than they did when they were at their peak, because they're all like, well, I know what I want now, I know my worth. Well, that doesn't work. I mean, no matter how many times you try to play that, it just does not work. The type of men that they want, because they always seem to think that they're above the average man. You have below average women that still think they're above the average man. But the type of men that they want, they don't show up to these mixers. The type of men that they want, who are out winning in life, they don't have trouble meeting women. And the quality of women that they're looking for is above what they're usually going to find at these mixers events. The women they're looking for don't need to attend mixer events. So the men you're looking for would never show up to a mixing event, and the type of women that they're looking for wouldn't either. There's the problem. Your average guy who's been hearing over and over and over that he's too short, he's not in shape enough, he's not making enough money, he's too corny, he's too nice, they're not going to pay to attend a mixers event where they know that they're just going to be rejected by a bunch of women who are just still too delusional to lower their standards. They're still stuck on, I'm not going to settle. Man, that I'm not going to settle stuff, I don't know who first came up with that, but they ruined dating, because you got women now that it don't matter what shape they in, how many kids they got, how many bodies they done caught, they still think they are in the position to demand a top 10% guy, and they dead ass serious about it. So when the women that you know are going to show up at these events are this level of delusional, there's just no real reason for you to show up to them. So I don't know, man. It's just one of them things, man. You got to accept what is. Mixer events, in most cases, they are going to fail. You're going to get like 50 women to show up and maybe 2 or 3 guys to show up. That's going to be it. Most men are not going to show up to these events. It just is what it is. Who really wants to go pay and attend an event where they know the women that's there they're down bad to the point that they're here at these mixing events to begin with? The fact that you're even at one of these events is a sign, sis, that maybe you should loosen these tight standards you have just a little bit to maybe meet somebody and see where it goes. But you got women that their standards are higher than ever, which is ludicrous because that hasn't worked, which is why you're having to pay to be put in a room with other men. So you go there, their standards are high as ever, and they're going to reject you. We've all seen some of the goofy stuff that women reject people over on Pop the Balloon. They didn't like his shirt, they didn't like his shoes, they didn't like his haircut, they didn't like the glasses he was wearing. And, just there's no reason really to go to these, man. Just stay home, y'all. But I'm sure y'all will anyway. I don't know anybody personally who would ever go to one of these. I don't know anybody personally who has ever been to one of these. But mixer events, they did used to be different. Mixer events did used to be successful. They're just not now, because the options for men there ain't it. Even if you go there and you see a woman, oh, okay, she's kind of cute. She may be, a little more ratchet than I would like, or a little heavier than I would like, but she's got a nice smile or something like that, and would give the woman a chance. The men aren't given that same level of grace. The women find one thing about the guy that they don't like, and he is disqualified. Let me know what y'all think, though, man. Do you think there's hope that the mixer event will ever be a thing again? Will they forever be a failure? Because if they keep failing and failing and failing like this, there's going to come a time where they'll just become a lost art. No one's going to even try to do them anymore, because it's just impossible to get men to come right now. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, though. I'll let y'all soon. Peace.